report from you?
I feel good though. I feel good for the most part. The hardest part is over. We got through. There's Wednesday is always that hump day during the week. Usually, the more harder day of training camp.
Is there anything specific that in your mind you're looking for in terms of measuring where you are now to where you have been before?
No, nothing specific. I'm just out here trying to, get back in game form, and everybody's trying to get back and, get their rhythm back and, compete right now. Before, coach start putting in sets and all of that stuff.
How are you handling everything? A lot of guys want to know they're competing for a title every year, and maybe that's not the case right now. Or
yeah, we compete. People might not believe that, but we definitely competing for that. That's always going to be the goal. Whether we get there or not, it depends on us and what we do and how we do it. But that's always our big picture goals.
Is that why you seem like people think sometimes you're going to get mad, like where are the players around me, and you don't ever seem to lose your patience? Is that because you do believe that?
That's just me. It's hard for me to, kind of lose my patience and get upset at something, that pretty much is you can't control. The only thing I control is what goes on out there on the basketball court, and everything else is out of my control.
How much can you learn from your teammates during this process at training camp and especially at West Point together?
I'm learning a lot. These couple days that we've been together just in training camp, I've learned a lot about the team and my teammates, and even though we haven't pretty much done much as far as putting sets in and stuff like that, but just from a competitive standpoint, I've seen a lot from the guys out there.
Is that just as important as the X's and O's?
Yeah, you want to compete. And I think that's one of the main things in this training camp is, regardless of, X's and O's, you want guys out there that's going to compete on a night-to-night basis, and I'm seeing that right now.
How do you think Robin is going to impact you guys defensively?
Who?
Robin.
Robin? Oh, he's big time. We was winning all the drills a day, and then they took him out and we lost. So that goes to tell you right there.
Is it good knowing you have somebody like that behind you that's going to?
It's good. It's good to know that as of right now, I think we, the way we design our defense and things like that, it would be a lot, kind of playing around him and him being the anchor down there for us.
What was your impression of him just as an opponent? During free
I hated him. I hated him as an opponent. He's a big guy. He's a load down there. He's one of the best big guys in the NBA as far as not committing fouls. He's a hell of a pick and roll guy. He set crazy screens. I used to think they were dirty, but now I think they clean. So that's my description of Robin.
In a little part we watched, I heard Kyle O'Quinn being real loud on defense, communicating.
Yeah, that's every day.
Yeah. What kind of personality does he bring?
Very strong. Yeah. Very strong, loud, outgoing personality. He's one of our physical guys out there, on offense and defense. A guy that we, going to rely on as far as making physical plays, and he's going to be a big piece of this puzzle coming up.
How much did you miss this? Not this, but yes. How much did you miss that?
I missed this too.
Yeah, okay.
It's been a while. I probably won't miss it during the season, but I miss it right now. I miss this, man. When you sit out the way that I did, and you have to kind of shift your mindset, a little bit. You start putting a lot of things into perspective, and for me, to know that I wasn't able to do something that I really love and I enjoy and I'm passionate about, and it was kind of taken away from me. Unfortunately, you miss it. You see it differently every day. During my rehab, I never really thought this day would come. That's just the way that I was thinking at the time. I never thought that this day will come, that I'll be back out there on the court and kind of playing the way I'm doing.
How long was it exactly between times when you actually played and then played again? Did you ever figure that out? By play, you actually do something besides just. I'm sure probably you would just wander around.
Yeah, from February till they had me on the hold, man, from February until at least June. Where I couldn't even get on the court. So the middle of June, early July is when, it really started to kick in. I started getting, impatient, and we was going back and forth. I'm like, I need to get on the court. I'm feeling anxious about this. I can't keep sitting around, but, I had to believe in the program and in the process. And, like I said, I didn't think that this day would be here.
And before that, how long had you ever gone without playing ball? A couple of days, even that?
Yeah, maybe a couple days. Maybe a couple days. In off season, right after the season, you take a couple weeks off, but not, from February until June, July. We're not even touching the basketball.
Right.